So, what I wanted to talk about is collecting and what kind of items you can get that are inexpensive, make a big impact. And if you're not a true vintage lover, I mean, my house is completely all vintage. Like, look, I have this big bench here. That's a huge vintage bench. The table, it's half of a bigger, round table. You can see the feet. It's really antique, actually. I have these. And, I like to do things that are not super matchy. That's me. But I realize most people are not like that. And most people like things to be a little bit more coordinated and just a little tamer. So there are ways that you can just grab some vintage items, add it to your home, and get like a little bit of a more authentic look than just getting a bedroom set and putting everything together. Just you get some pieces that really are authentic, they're old, they have character, they add a lot of character right away. So today, what I want to show you is ashtrays and how you can take ashtrays from, the 60s, 70s, 80s and just put it in your room, depending on what kind of room you have. Here's just a few that I have and ways that I use them, or I suggest if someone purchases them, how they can use them. So there's, first of all, the types of ashtrays that a lot of people collect. A lot of them are advertising ashtrays that are kind of like a bold, have bold words on them. So you have like the Campari. This one is actually, and when you just look, this one's plastic, but this is a very sought after ashtray to collect. I believe this one is made in Italy, and it's a great size. It's a great color. It's like that nice soft yellow, buttery yellow, and then it's got the bold Campari, in navy. This one, it looks like, just like nothing. It's like a little, but this is actually a beautiful piece of, I believe this is porcelain. Here, you can see that these are marked. A lot of people don't realize ashtrays are very collectible. This one is even numbered. I believe this might be, it might be Limoges. I'm not positive. I would have to look into that more, but it looks like it could be that kind of a mark. But so this person who collected this one dated it 1972. If you look, they actually wrote on it. It's faded over time, and they wrote Paris, France, and then their names, and then they dated it. And this one has a little chip right there, but it doesn't even matter. Like, that's not the point of these. This is not to be this pristine thing. So the thing with this is this is a great collectible one because it's very recognizable. Anything that's white for advertising, white with like a bright, bold red writing, is advertising gold. I mean, like you think Coca-Cola, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's Levi's, there's just iconic. That white and red is always a great advertising color combination. So this one is written in French. And the thing that I like about this little one is it doesn't have the cigarette indents in it, which is not a bad thing necessarily when it does have that. But this one, you can easily put, here, put some, this is what I would do with this one. Put a few rings in it and have it as a little trinket dish. So those two are really nice. And then you have this one, Diablerettes. I don't know, it's some kind of a liquor. And I just put the chapstick here. This one actually still is like, this one's also a plastic one. Oh, no, yeah, it is a plastic one. And this one's just more, it's just like an architectural with the writing. Again, the white with red. It's always nice. Let's put like, I like the idea sometimes of putting something in them that that the mind almost says that doesn't belong there. like having this cotton candy chapstick where a cigarette would go. Your brain is kind of like, huh? Like, you know, and for me, I like doing things like that in my house. I like having a little bit of like a wink, you know, a little like something unexpected, even though it's something very small like this. Believe me, people always, they go, is that, I mean, it's probably wouldn't be the chapstick in my living room, but you know, maybe in the bathroom I would have something like that, and with like maybe a candle, something. This one I would probably put a candle in because it's been burned a little, and I don't mind the burn here. I do like that it's very obviously an ashtray, so this is why I would run with that and make it like, okay, this is an obvious ashtray. Let me, you know, put something that doesn't belong in it. Candy, like makeup, something that's just kind of off. So for advertising, let's see what else. So then we have this one, White Horse, which is also another, it's Scotch whiskey again. This is more like a buttery light yellow, but still that light color with the red writing, and it's shaped like a horseshoe. Again, has some horses on it. Again, this does not have the divots, so it can just easily be a bowl right away. It's like you can just put anything you want in there, and it's just kind of like, it has like a cool vintage look. I love the Johnny Walker ones. The Johnny Walker ones back in the day were super high quality. It was like the drink that, you know, a gentleman would have. Like this one, the turquoise with the red outfit and the white, born 1820, still going strong. I love this one. I love this one. There's so many good things about this one. The shape, the size, it's really nice quality. Doesn't have the divots, so you can really use this again for anything. And then it's also got a mark on the back. It's made in England, Wade Regency, London. So you know that this is like a nice quality piece of pottery. Very nice. I love this one. This might be, yeah, I think this is pottery. Okay, and then we have this Johnny Walker, which is such a good color. And it's a little more subtle, like from far away you don't really see it as gold. Maybe you see the guy on the side. Red label, Johnny Walker. It's like a burgundy color, and it's got some gold on it that's coming off. This one also, like, look at this one. This is actually made in France. It's embossed into the pottery. And then in French, I believe it says made in France around it. This is the person, June 1971. The person wrote on it, it looks like a couple. Arnold and Janice, Paris, France, June 1971. And they probably paid like a decent amount for it. So it's got the made in France little insignia and J. Roussillon and the number. It's numbered. So that one's a great one. It's big. That's a great one to have. I would put this on a coffee table. I would throw all sorts of random stuff in it. You know, like just like a little catch-all thing. I don't know. Maybe that's better. But maybe your remotes would go in it. Things like that. So those are the advertising ones that I really love. Like this one, Loterie Nationale. I have to look at what that is for, but it's very sweet. The color is a nice like sunny yellow, and this is also made in France. It looks to be like, it actually looks like it's handmade, maybe not, but it's got that like wavy scallopy vintage look to it. I love the color. I love that it's in French, and this is just like a nice little way to add some color to your home, and so a little vintage vibe. This one's super cool. I think this is from a hotel. It says CR right here. either it's a hotel or someone had their name embossed, like transferred onto it. But I think this is cool. I have these, like for me, I would put it on a desk and I'd put some like pins in it, or, you know, just like little things to catch on a desk. This is a, you know, for an envelope, a sealer. So I thought that was nice in there with this. I probably put a little lighter or matches in there, probably matches, and have it just like a desk catch-all. I like that. This is the wax. A ball of rubber bands, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is with this one, it's very heavy. It's nice. It's a really nice quality. And the person also wrote from CC 1967. So that's when everyone smoked. I mean, if you were going to get somebody a gift or you were going to go on a vacation, you were going to bring back an ashtray or a mug, one of these kinds of like useful items. And it's nice. This person who collected some of these wrote, I love when there's writing on the bottom. Some of these are from the same person, actually. I went to a thrift store and the same person donated them at the same time. So then there's this one. This one I like for the color. I just think it looks so nice on wood, you know? So I feel like if you have any wood in your home, it's like, looks a little brighter on the camera. It's not so orange. It's a little more like tan. But broadleaf tipped, I believe, is a cigar company, or the but this is ironstone, actually. And it's interesting. These are things that go under the radar. It says Arclau made, it's hard to get this to focus, but let me see if I can put it down and do it. It says Arclau made in Republic of Ireland ironstone. So that's very nice. And it's got the little crackly, you could see that. It's like kind of crackly on there. Anyway, staying with the Irish theme, there's this one, Power Irish Whiskey, and it's a little like shamrock leaf. It's really nice, and it's like a three-dimensional type of one. This one also is embossed into the pottery. Let's see if I can get a good look at it. And this is the same person. They got this from Paris, and it's funny because this was made in France. This was not made in Ireland. The whiskey is Irish, but the ashtray is French, which I think is really interesting. So, and it's got the little shamrock inside. It's really nice. There's a couple of little nicks, but to me, I kind of like that. And I just threw like a ball of string in there. The thing is, these are great for a desk. You know, like you just, whatever your thing is, I restore furniture. So a lot of times I'll have random little nails and screws just, you know, in there on the bottom. But some people are always, they have tiny paintbrushes, or they have little tools. They're an architect, or whatever it is. Even if it's just something like, you know, safety pins or thumbtacks, whatever. Okay, so those are the advertising types that people collect, and you can see why people would. You know, I mean, they're really cool, and you instantly can just make a little vintage moment on a side table or in your bathroom. Then the ones that I absolutely love, and these are my own personal ones that I keep. These are not my aesthetic as much. They can go back to more of like a modern home, or like maybe this one, this little sweet one I would use. But a lot of these are like, they're a little bit more architectural and bold for my style. But my style would probably be, I should say, these. I love these three. This, and this. These are. I tried to get the ones that are made in California, definitely made in the USA. So look, when you turn them over, they all have this sort of like wood grain It's like wood grain. It's pottery. I don't know if you could hear, but the bottom glaze and the texture is made to look like wood. Even this is like a little trinket dish or a little serving dish. See, this one does not say California, it says USA, but I would bet money that it is California. There's a couple of companies that would do this in the 60s and the 70s, and they're numbered. These are very collectible to me. I mean, I just think they're all like a piece of art. They're all different. I love that you can take, let me turn this back over. Like, look at this, the glaze. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. The colors are really pretty. Like all these glazes, I just think it's like real art. The shape, everything, I love it. Now this, I would definitely just, I mean, depending on what your lifestyle is, if you want to smoke and use it as a real ashtray, do that, you know, but you could also use it on a desk, catch all your stuff in it. You could also use it to put like a crudité on this big one, like a small crudité. You can use these as like a spot for, you know, picks to pick up, not toothpicks, but like, you know, the bigger ones, like the skewer sticks, you know, so people can grab from the dish. But I mean, look at the glaze. It's just really beautiful. It really is beautiful. And it's an ashtray, which is so insane to me. So the reason I like collecting these, I mean, I have to say, I have collected a lot and sold them. Right now, I have more specific look, and I do a lot with greens. I will show you. I want to show you how to take this one little thing, an ashtray, that you can find pretty much any thrift store. You can find one, and you take it and you put it on one side of your room, and you work it back to some art. So, for example, let's see, these guys right here, I have some art right here. Look, I'm gonna put this over here next to it, so you can see. Now, what you'll do is you're not going to obviously put them right on top of each other. You're gonna sort of scatter it throughout the room. But if you have these, not the horse. Let me get the horse out. The horse is for something different. Not the horse. Okay, but now you have this. You have this on one side of the room. You have this maybe on your coffee table. And then you have the art, you know, around the room. And just those four things completely transforms the space. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. It completely will transform your space. Let me just move this a little. Sorry for that camera action. Oop, don't fall. Okay, so you can see this, and the art. And you know, like, so that's one scenario. Another scenario is to maybe this, definitely this, definitely that one. Oops. Get this out of here, get all of this out of here. Have some of that. Maybe this. And we're going to get this art out of here. I'm going to switch it out for a different art. Put this down here. And I truly have this art, these two pieces of art. Like, look at this one, actually. If you wonder what kind of things an antique and vintage seller keeps, this is something. This is super heavy. Ugh. It's super heavy. I've just never seen anything like it. If you could see, the board is mounted. I believe that it was somebody's canvas. Not canvas. What am I thinking of? I can't think of the correct word. I cannot think of the right word. Palette. Palette. Let me move this so you don't see that one. Okay. So, like this white horse, if these two things are in the vicinity, they don't need to be on top of each other. You might have other little horse items that you like. But just adding this little white horse, white horse, white horse into a room, it just brings it, like, it's just a little detail. It's a nice little detail that I really like, you know. And then you can put it with other things that are complementary, you know. So, and then I'm going to just go grab another piece of art and a few other things to show you other ideas. BRB.